What is up, legends? We are back and another week, another HypeWatch. So HypeWatch, we got some good games to take a look at this week. Some hype that I wasn't expecting, and got something to really tell you at the end. All right, so first game right off the bat is Return from Core. This might be the most interesting game up here. I'm gonna be real, and we're starting out with it because this is very much Legend of Zelda, roguelike, Metroid, cozy, waifu simulator, all in one thing. For the simple fact that you can find, like Monster Girl waifus and everything else like that, live with them. I didn't go that much in depth on just how much stuff that you can actually do, but it's pretty cool. The cozy part is that you can kind of like build and kind of like have like your own little base type of thing, and the combat is actually pretty fun. It's like if you gave Legend of Zelda some swag and got some hype back in, like the Links to the Past type of Legend of Zelda though. Let's see if I can go through here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. There we go. Like building, going through, and this a little bit of fun. Like this game is kind of lit. It definitely is kind of lit. You can do a lot of interesting things in it. So yeah. Next up is we have Computer Repair Shop, another interesting game because literally you can just run. I don't understand what's the genre of this game is supposed to be, but you can kind of like fix computers, you can kind of like rob people, you can kind of like make robots and kind of like have a shop and put a good shop together and that type of stuff. It's a weird game, but it's an interesting game. It's like one of those ones where you just kind of like get lost in the world, and it might be up your alley, might not, but it's only $8.50, so it's one of those games that you can kind of like throw a little bit into it and you might have a little bit of fun with it. Next up is Lone Star, another interesting PC game up here. This game literally is like a beam battles the spaceship game. Like you just go through, hopefully you get strong enough by enhancing as you can see, your ship. And then you get other types of people that can actually come in and help you to make sure that you have like a good good ship reliance and build and everything else like that. It's interesting. You can download the demo if you want to right now, and I'll mess around with it. I just put it up here because I've never seen a game like this before. And you can just try it out. It does come out the 18th. So if you play the demo and you're interested, you'll be able to snatch it up. Next up on the, you guys can read it. Why is this not even doing it? And why is Norton the ad here? It's weird. Anyway, so War Soul right here is another RPG manager. It just recently came out yesterday. I didn't get a chance to actually cover it. Probably won't because I have other videos that need to come out this week. So I'll just throw it into HypeWatch right now for you guys because I'm trying to do more of the quality and take time in between videos and give myself time in between videos because I have a lot of other stuff going on as well. So if stuff just doesn't make it for the week, I don't carry it over. I just put it in HypeWatch at this point. And that's kind of like, unfortunately, where this game ended up as in HypeWatch. Not that it's a bad game. It is one that you can hop into right now. You don't really need to do anything to actually play it. But I know other people still do kind of like RPG managers, even if it's in other languages. You get a little bit of hype. So when it does come out global, you know if to skip it or not. So there we go. Yes, Your Grace. We got a lot of unique games this week, like stuff that you wouldn't normally see. So this is a family builder, a city builder, a war builder, like all in one. Like if you ever wanted to like just pretty much have like your own capital or kingdom or something like that, like this might be for you. You might be up to it. You want to have your own family and waifu and everything else. Even though I wouldn't want a kid sitting there. That kid look bad. That's like the princess you lock in the dungeon somewhere because she's bad. so yeah. Great Nights is the next one up. I did cover this a little bit soft launch, but it's official launch right now. Not a high rating because it's really just a tower defense type of waifu simulator. But people have at it. People like this type of stuff. The same thing, like I feel the same way about Arc Knights. I don't understand the fad with Arknights, because it just seems like the same thing over and over again and just not that fun. But you guys see how big Arknights is. It got anime. It pretty much got a new game, Infield, that's out right now that does look like Arknights with Genshin, if we being real. And so, like, you can't hate on it. You just gotta let it go. Gotta let them cook. Dragon Knights. Dragon Knights is another, like, I keep saying, interesting and unique. As you can see, dice built, going through zones and a little bit tower defense. But characters are kind of cool. It's another one of those idle type of games where you're just kind of like traveling through the areas, and you can see the areas where you're traveling and stuff like that in the game for you to hop into, have fun for like a week and then peace out. Beyond Idol Warrior, we played this global, but this is the SEA version of the game. They actually made a SEA version. That's happening a lot now, that we're getting SEA versions afterwards, and like normally they don't normally do it. They just wait and let people play globally. But now a lot of times companies are making the SEA server. Maybe there's money there, and it's doing well, because this is happening a whole lot more. But there's another one for you guys, the SEA. Black Moon, I've showed this multiple times on the channel, but this is another beta for it right now. If you guys are into not Dungeons and Dragons, Double Dragon, too many games on the brain. If you guys are into Double Dragon or Bad Dudes or Battletoads and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is along those lines. Closers, another one is along those lines of that. It's a side scroll or beat 'em up, anime, husbando, waifu type of game. It's pretty fun. Definitely pretty fun. Going to be worth it when it officially launches. But again, this is just the test again. They've been had like 4 tests. Enough with the test. Let's put it out. City of Fantasy, again, SEA. We had this on the channel already, global, but here it is, SEA for you guys. Nothing else to really say. You guys have probably seen this already before, but just on the SEA server, no. When I see this, I do like to mention it, because SEA usually doesn't get a lot of love, but it's good to see them getting love now. Resident Rebirth. This game has a funny story, because we had this on the channel before too, and it ran terrible. You guys remember when it was sliding? I was trying to attack, it was just sliding across the screen. So they fixed all that right now, and it's kind of like a Diablo-like game right now. So if you want to hop in and mess around with it, here it is. Next up, bring this down over. I played this before, a little while ago, actually. I forgot the name of it, or what it was for. It was not Batgirl or something. Actually, that was probably a year ago I played this, but it's another one of those idol types where it's like the waifu comes in, beats stuff up, and then the waifu gets people to come help her, and they have skins and stuff like that. There's a lot of games doing that right now, where it's like a female protagonist. They have like helpers and everything else like that, and then they give them skins. It's kind of just waifu bait. But again, another one of those throwaway games that you play for like a week, get Uber, and maybe have some fun with it towards the end, but then ultimately, like after a week, it's pretty much done. Usually with most of these games, that's what they're designed to do. Want any more, well, I want to say interesting games up here is this one is not banger, not hype or anything else like this, but this originally had a CBT before, but now they have another type of test right now. Tap bringing you some good games. It would be hype, but I just don't want to put that much emphasis on this, because this is a RPG manager and not everybody likes RPG managers, but it might be one that you can like and pick up, because some of the characters are pretty cool, and it does have a relatively good co-op about it as well. So just give it a shot. It might be something you like. And last but certainly not least is Black Beacon, which is the hype of the week. Black Beacon is actually a pretty good looking game that I personally want to try out, that I want to hop into. Dang it, can you just play it properly? All right, so with that said, we're at the end right now. You definitely can look forward to this. This game is going to be one of those games that might be coming out as a banger that will come out of nowhere. People will not understand or not see it, and then I'll throw it out there in 4K, and everybody be like, "Oh snap, banger alert!" and everything. I was like, you can already tell, like you can already tell that it's going to be one of those. And speaking of that, real quick, we're not going to have a long, end to this, but the interesting thing this week I found is that some people don't like when you tell them the truth. Like I have people, everywhere you look about the DMC game, we're talking about that right now. Everywhere you look at the DMC game, nobody's happy about that game. And what I noticed about the devs of that game is they notoriously do the choices that they're doing in that game. They have done that before. So it's not a mistake. But what happened on Friday morning, or this is Friday now, but Friday morning, I got a message, and the person was like, "You just love trying to destroy games and not giving them a chance to fix anything." Now, granted, here's the thing. The first 2 days that game came out, it was getting bashed by YouTubers left and right. I actually made my video the third day, and it came out yesterday morning, because the game was out Tuesday. People were bashing it. Game was out Wednesday. People bashing it. My video came out Thursday. And so the thing is, if you guys notice that something that might be a little bit unfair for me is I'm not allowed to be critical for whatever reason. Anybody else could be critical. People with like 100,000 subscribers, everything else like that, and like who get more views and everything else, they're allowed to be critical. But when I'm critical, for whatever reason, people have a problem with it. And I actually showed a dev, or like a game dev, like lead designer. I'm not gonna put him out there because I don't do that with industry people. But I showed him earlier today. I was like, look at this message. Like, I don't even know who this is. And then they did it like on a burner Discord account, so I couldn't even find out who it is, because normally I could find out who a person is with Discord. Never mind how, but I usually can find out who a person is, basically. But they used a burner, so obviously they didn't want me to know who they really were. So most likely a company person or somebody from Devil May Cry itself. But I doubt that. They probably wouldn't even bother doing something like that. But the purpose of this is that what I'm saying is, like, I'm not allowed to actually be negative, because it means more when I be negative, because I'm the one who actually deals with the people industry wise and mobile. And I think that's a little bit unfair, but I'm never gonna just lie. It's at the end of the day, it's like I'm supposed to be disingenuous, like just to make people happy. And like this particular person, and what I'm not gonna repeat what they said because it was really toxic, and but they were saying stuff that they shouldn't know, which makes me think that it was like somebody industry wise who was mad. What companies want in general is, and this is for anybody listening who's in content creation too, what they want is they want us to allow them to sucker people at the end of the day. And the more the older I get, the more like ingrained I get industry wise, where I get, like, you saw what happened to me, where I basically got called into, like, I hurt somebody's feelings at Bandai. I've been told that I annoyed somebody at Nintendo, which I could care less about Nintendo. They're Yakuza's ass. The thing is that, and like, I'm choosing my words because I don't want to get sued. The thing is that any dev listening, make a good game. Just make a good game, and you don't have to worry about me bashing your game. You don't have to worry about me telling the public that you're doing predatory practices. You don't have to worry about me pointing out that you didn't program properly, or that you didn't game design, or you didn't game test. Like, just do it. Make a good game. Do the things that are proper that would allow us to actually review your game properly. Just because it's mobile doesn't mean you don't have to try. And I think that's what happens with mobile games, is they don't have proper beta testing. They'll beta test, and the beta test is just to make sure that the server work. They don't actually pay attention to when people are saying, hey, this is broken, this is broken, this is broken. Because I actually went and looked on the Discord, and every single thing that we have a problem with live in DMC was said in that Discord. I typed in stamina issues. Stamina issues, if you go in the Discord, people, you see stamina issues before the game went live. I typed in the banner gacha seems a little bit off. People were saying that before, not me, but people were saying that. So everything that was a problem, there's a few bugs that was mentioned before. The people who made that game, if that was you, one of you that sent me that DM mad, do your fucking job. I don't care if you're mad. And I'll repeat it again, even if it's probably going to make my channel flag, but do your effing job, and then I won't have to do videos like that. I'll be gladly to come in and call your game a banger alert and stuff like this. You notice I didn't say that for DMC when I reviewed it. That's all you have to do. Bandai, who for some reason sits on my damn channel, do your job. Just do your job. You don't have to worry about me hurting your feelings. Like, I'll come through and tell people, okay, so spend on this game because they're doing a good job. That's all you gotta do. I understand, like, I don't understand why you devs complain about somebody bashing your game, but you don't make a good game. And it's not just in mobile, because you saw that happen with Starfield. The Starfield dev got butthurt because people were saying that they just kind of like, y'all spent like 10 years to make a buggy ass non-graphical fidelity game. How 10 years? Absolutely not. I don't care. The Starfield dev here this one day and be mad. Make the game proper. Why the modders is making your game better? That's embarrassing, yo. I think what happens more so, we try to like blame it, or maybe like it's the shareholders and everything else. It's not the shareholders. These people get a lot of money, millions, close to billions, and what happens is they go on vacation half the damn year, and then they have to show up when the stockholders be like, where's my money? Then they crunch for 6 months and put something together that they could have just did properly over time. And then it'd be buggy. They don't hire people to bug test because they're saving all their money to go buy a fucking house, and then wonder why it comes out into the public and get bashed. Properly beta test, properly test. And I'm talking to mobile right now. Get some people in here. Hell, you can even get YouTubers. YouTubers will come in and do stuff for like $1,000. And you have budgets that's $1 million for testing, and you can get a YouTuber to come in for $1,000 to $2,000 to properly test, and they'll do a better job than you sitting up there letting your damn cousin come and do it, and he ain't there half the goddamn time, made one bug list and didn't show up for the whole goddamn year, and then you come out here with a piece of crap and then wonder why Scion is like your game is garbage. That's all your fault. I don't want to hear it. Don't DM me trying to ask for some sympathy, because I don't have any for you. So I'll catch you guys next video. Peace.